Hey, everyone, and welcome. We are the Chosen Few, and we're going to be playing some cool stuff for you guys and entertaining you with our, awesome battle that's going on. Right now, our players are undergoing a gauntlet. I think that this campaign was combat starved for many, many sessions, and so we are making up for it a little bit right now by having a heavy combat series of sessions. We'll find a happy medium soon after this, but it felt like a necessary antidote to months and months of politics and situations where violence was not called for. So, welcome to a heavy combat session. You guys, as a group, have decided to engage in a gauntlet. This gauntlet is an underground fighting ring. It's probably illegal, almost certainly in some sense, although no one's really said anything about that yet. And are competing for honor and glory. It's a little harder than you guys anticipated, and so some of you have sort of changed your mind from like winning the gauntlet to winning respect through losing the gauntlet. Although I think you are still intending on winning the gauntlet if you possibly can. I will warn you that the last fight is dastardly evil and hard. And I would even go so far as to say a little bit cruel. But good stuff all around nonetheless. So far you've been competing and you've been doing reasonably well, actually. Some of these fights have you guys just clearing things, and some of them have been a little bit more tense and stressful. The first one, our giant abominable yeti right out the gate. Our most recent one, mechanical army of goblinoids. They were not actual goblins, they were mechanical little robot goblins, and it was quite a feat. And you guys are doing very, very well. But also competing today is this long, glowing blonde hair, blue-eyed human who just seems so proud of himself. His name is Darrow, and I think it's safe to say that those in the party that have met him already dislike him for either the ego or the fact that he spoke towards you in a very condescending manner, or the fact that he is just an all-around, I think the word that I'm going to choose here, and I want to choose my words carefully, butthole? Does that seem right? Yes. Okay, cool. Excellent. So this butthole is also competing. And there's some interest in that, especially since he seems to be doing this with ease, whereas you guys are struggling a lot. He's got a very effective team behind him. Where that team comes from and what they're doing there, that's a little bit more of a question. I will also add that you guys are actively seeking to impress certain people in the audience. You've met one. She seemed to be dressed and accoutramented like a pirate. Her name was Oceana. She's been around. But you also know that there are some dignitaries here as well, potentially. Some people from the various treaty negotiations that are attempted to going on right now between the Kava and Celestra, as war looms on the horizon, or is present in certain senses. We'll find out. Anyway, here we are. Has anyone updated or changed any beliefs? Should we just do a full round robin? Let's just do a full round robin and check in on everyone's beliefs again. Not a huge one, but we can go through relatively quickly. You guys are already getting the swing of this pretty quickly, and I like it. It's fun. Timothy, you are first on my screen. I know that is not the first in anyone else's screen necessarily, or more importantly, not the audience's screen, but you're first on my screen, so therefore first in my heart. Timothy, your beliefs.
All right, well, my guiding light, as always, is Timothy abhors the loss of innocent life. He will jeopardize himself and the mission to save even one life. But I changed my beliefs to be a little more centered on the gauntlet. Number one, Timothy isn't too keen on this murder gauntlet, but realizes it could be a good way to make connections. He will follow up with high-ranking officials in the audience, hoping to sway more hearts and minds away from the beat of war drums, ironically, at a death match.
To be fair, the goblins were robots. They weren't intelligent. They were robots. They were non-sentient, we should say. Excellent and wonderful. Nova. Oh, sorry, you have a second belief. Sorry, Timothy.
Number two, Timothy is a man of logic and science. He knows that there must be an easier way to defeat these foes, Tired of getting frozen, burned, and poisoned, and everything else, he will apply a creative solution to end the combat quickly.
Nova. You are muted, and or more likely you're.
Yes. Guiding light is the same. I am going to throw myself into danger to protect friends and family. Belief 1, I changed it to say that I want to defeat the Gauntlet to prove myself. So big goal now, which may or may not be possible, but that's fun. And then belief 2 is, with money on the line, Nova wants to ensure that they will get further in the Gauntlet than Darrow by working with the party to sabotage his chances.
Ooh, some underhanded tactics already being thought of by Nova. I like it. Thea.
Hi. My guiding light is the same. I want to get closer to the team and show them my loyalty to them. I changed my first belief to also maybe mess with Darrow. So the team has a lot of money on the line, and she wants to get further in the Gauntlet than Darrow, maybe by messing something up for him backstage. We'll see. And my second belief, I kept the same. Thea sees the potential in the Gauntlet as a chance to show her teammates her dedication to them. She wants to save someone from a big potential blow.
Nice.
That may or may not be possible with Thea's skills, but
I'm actually going to add in a rule to make that possible for you right now.
Oh. Okay.
I am going to allow you, specifically, if you are attempting to do this belief, if your goal explicitly is this belief, I'm going to allow you to spend your reaction, should you not have spent it, to interpose yourself between a blow and an ally. There's no way for you to dodge this blow. You will take the blow. It's not against your AC. It's just you will throw yourself in front of it. It has to be within your movement speed, though. So it has to be within whatever that is, 35 feet, I think, for you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you have to have not spent your reaction already.
Cool.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Can we clarify the mechanics of that really quick?
Sure.
So is that something that she would decide after we know the results of the roll, or just when you say there's an attack?
Let's see. She would know that after the attack roll is made, but before the damage roll is made. So she wouldn't need to interpose herself upon a miss, for example.
Okay.
Does that clarify you're muted?
But she would know that the attack would hit the other person if she did.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So if someone has like a shield spell or whatever and casts that to shield themselves, then there's no need for that for that situation to occur. Okay. Excellent. Caliban.
Hello. My second belief stayed the same. I would like to gain some clout in Terra Vest by reigning as champions in the pit to establish that these ambassadors to and from the Kavar are not just chosen in name only. Although since certain information has come to light, the situation around that is a little bit changed. Champions in this case, or in Caliban's mind, would mean beating Darrow, because then they would win the Gauntlet against them. So not necessarily winning the Gauntlet, going all the way here. But so in that case, the second belief sort of goes along with that. Caliban's going to take some time to watch Darrow and his mercenaries fight, and try to glean a way to stall or halt their progress in the tourney by sort of regarding their movements and their strengths and weaknesses.
Excellent. Yeah, I love it. Good stuff. And last but not least, Celexa.
So Lexa, she kept one belief from last time, which was about wanting to put on a show in the Gauntlet. I think that yeah, that's, even though she more or less accomplished that last time, I feel like that kind of stands as a sort of an active priority for her. And then she put aside another belief that I think is not forefront in her mind right now, because instead she's thinking about how much she wants to punch Darrow in his stupid face. But since that's maybe not the best idea, instead she is going to maybe try and learn a little bit of something about him, and just as importantly, see if she can sabotage his chances in the gauntlet.
So 3 of you, I think, have sabotage Darrow, or 4 of you maybe have sabotage Darrow as a belief, and then also some of you have making connections as a belief as well, and some of you have win the gauntlet as a belief, and some of you have bond more with Zine as a belief. That's a good stack of beliefs. I'm excited. So correct me if I'm wrong, but we just finished the 3rd round of the gauntlet, and that was a horde of mechanical monstrosities. Not monstrosities, sorry, a horde of mechanical goblinoids. And it is now another respite period between things. Technically, you have a short rest here, but if you are going to be doing anything super active during your short rest, then you're not going to get a short rest. That's always been the rule, and so it's totally fine if you want to, but I just want you to bear that in mind, that like if you are like actively sneaking into someone's room to sabotage their equipment, then that is not getting a short rest. Watching something, that's a short, you can still watch and get a short rest. I just wanted to clarify a couple of things there. So we're backstage at the Gauntlet. I think that there were more groups competing in this. When the Gauntlet comes up, there's a lot of excitement and edge, and a lot of groups try and compete, but they're starting to look really worn out. They look substantially worse than you guys. And many groups dropped out in the middle of the first round, and even more dropped out in the second round, and even more dropped out now after the 3rd round. There's one group that technically beat the 3rd round, but like they are so exhausted, and they've got like arrows sticking out of them in funny places, and just like look like this absolute garbage heap of people that they just resign before the 4th round, no matter what. Like they've given up already. And as you guys are backstage, the fight promoter, comes in and gestures and says, "This is the Maestro. You just destroyed a huge chunk of his arsenal, but he's here to take your measurements."
Measurements?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Anyone who makes it past the 3rd round, we do measurements for the final fight.
Do we have to wear like suits?
Yeah, it's like an award ceremony type thing.
Care to elaborate?
Can I sense motive?
You mean insight?
Yeah, the other one.
Yeah, of course.
What game is this again?
I don't care anymore. I run so many RPGs, who knows? Insight. Yeah, of course, he's lying to you. He's not even trying to cover it. They need your measurements for something. It has to do with the final fight.
Great. So are you gonna like make clones of us or something?
What do you want? The answers to everything? No, this is just a ceremonial robe thing that the Maestro makes.
I don't think clones are scientifically possible yet.
That's you.
They're magically possible.
Yeah,
You forgot magic again.
So the Maestro is like a goblin. He has a stepladder with him, and he just brings it up and stands up and starts measuring you, and does like the whole forehead pincer thing. Like, oh, good size. Yeah.
Maestro, lovely to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. You are Caliban, right? Cleric? Caliban Cleric. And you worship those weird fellas down in Chalestra. What are they called?
The Akatsung. That's exactly right. And you are quite the genius with mechanical contraptions.
Yes, that's my specialty. Mechanical contraptions, left, right, center.
Are you hired by the Gauntlet in order to make this, or are you sort of running the show here?
Oh no, I'm well, I guess I'm an employee technically, but they listen to me and tell me what I'm doing right and what I'm doing wrong, and we're partners. I get a cut of the door.
Great.
And a cut of the gambling, but not supposed to know about that. And he winks. Excellent. Moves on to measure the next person. Just goes around, starts measuring you all. He's friendly. Nova.
Oh, where did they get that Yeti from?
Oh, they don't always tell me where they get everything. I mean, I know the ones that I build. I got this great one for you. You're in for a real treat, round 5. And he winks.
Is that the last round?
No, round 6.
Great.
Say, sorry, what's your name? Maestro. You don't happen to sell these to countries in like war profiteering sort of way, do you?
Oh no, I no. Sometimes I'll sell like an individual one as like a servant to someone, but I only really sell them in bulk when I know exactly how they're going to be used, and mostly in like competition settings here. I did once do a collection of them as a training troop for practice rounds, but in general, countries have found that mechanical soldiers that cannot think are somewhat less effective than things that can think.
Okay, that makes sense. So good. So just we don't have to worry about an army of these marching on us at some point from Chalestra or anything.
Not unless you're in the Gauntlet.
Can I insight that also?
Yeah.
I don't trust this guy.
Sure. Your instincts would say that this guy is telling the truth from his perspective, but you would probably also think that that's a little naive of him to believe.
So since you're an employee, who runs the Gauntlet? Is it the announcer?
Yeah, the promoter. I'm not going to tell you his name or nothing.
Yeah, no need. I wanted to just inquire in mind.
Yeah, he runs this, and he's got a black market shop upstairs where he sells magic items, or at least finds them for people who are looking for them.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Is he the guy who runs the shop?
Sometimes. He's got people working for him.
Is that the same person that I met with when I got my sword?
Yep. He procured you your sword.
Okay.
And he's like announcing all the fights. Same guy.
Keeping busy.
Yeah, well, not as busy as me. I gotta make things all the time, but yeah, should be good. Anyway, nice meeting y'all. Bye now. And he turns and walks out the door, having measured you all. Anyone have anything that they want to do during this short rest?
Hey, so how about the Darrow guy?
That's such a punchable face.
Just to be clear, I want to know about Darrow. So Darrow and his team have been coming in while we've been having breaks, right? Are they slightly ahead or slightly behind us in terms of progression, like where they are in the Gauntlet?
Yeah, they're slightly behind you. They should be fighting the goblins shortly.
Okay, gotcha.
A thought. Are we alone right now?
Yeah, I mean, the room is relatively big. You don't have your own room, but the groups are all more or less to their own parts of it.
Okay, so I'll lean in and go. So the promoter runs the Gauntlet, but he also runs the magic item shop. I know some of you have been eyeing Darrow's magic sword. If we were to maybe convince the promoter that would be in his best interest to see Darrow lose or die so that he could get that magic sword to sell, then we would, have a little bit of a better time in the Gauntlet.
You're saying the promoter might be tempted to tip the scales a bit.
Possibly. If he knew that he was getting that sword in the end.
Did you say die?
Yeah. What? This is an illegal operation. All bets are off.
Yes. Illegal, like going to buy your textbooks like underground for a cheaper rate, and illegal, like assassinating someone.
We're not going to assassinate anyone, and that's not what I'm talking about. There is a very real possibility that we're going to die here, because these challenges keep getting harder and harder. If Darrow were to find himself in a situation that was just hard enough, he would probably just die anyway.
I don't know about giving this guy ideas of taking our magic stuff. Like, I don't know. I feel like that could backfire on us pretty hard.
We don't have anything that can amount to that sword. And well, we don't know that. One thing I'm gonna do right now, or whenever he goes and fights, I'm gonna go watch if any of you are interested. If not, I'll report back. But I want to see what he and his team are all about.
Yeah,
I do have a feeling like maybe his team could be used as a weakness, and I have a thought about that, but let's talk more about it after the next fight.
Sure. Right, because they're probably hirelings, right?
Well, I have an idea, but I kind of feel like maybe I'll get the ball rolling a little bit now, but maybe I don't know. I'll have more to share after the next fight. Maybe we can work together to do something.
Cool. How's everyone doing health-wise?
I could use some help.
Do you think resting up will help you out enough? Right now we're only halfway through. I only have so many spells.
Yeah, resting could help. I also have potions left.
Okay, maybe I'll save my spells at least for now to use sort of in the moment, if that's all right.
Yeah, that's fine with me. So Alexa is going to cast a second level healing word on herself.
Cast away.
I'm gonna use some of my hit die.
So I'll go up whenever Darrow is about to start.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go up and make my way to the stands, probably near the back, or perhaps at the back of the crowd, if possible.
Yeah. So you go up to watch the fight. Roll a perception check for me, and also tell me your passive perception, which I know is insane.
23 for passive.
Great.
And let's pull up the page for my rolls. Very low perception roll, however, 12.
We'll use your passive. I was just seeing if you got above a 20 or above a 25. Yeah. So you go up and watch Darrow's match, and it is so incredibly starkly different from your match. His team with him is sorry, Nova, do you want to be up there? Do you want to? Oh, sorry.
I would, if this is something that we can do during our rest, I'd like to go watch the match.
Me too. Yeah, absolutely. Anyone who wants to watch the match is up there. It's Alexa.
So, just when they're on their way out the door, or when they're like basically walking through the gate into the ring, I'm guessing that Darrow kind of walks in front as like the leader of the group. Yeah. Is that right? You know, 100%. So he's like okay. So what I would like to happen is as they're walking through the gate, the person who is like either right next to or behind Darrow, their foot encounters an immovable rod placed by an invisible imp and sends them tumbling into Darrow right as they're walking into the arena.
Oh yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, why don't you roll a I feel like this is a deception check at advantage for you, if that's okay.
Sure. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So the guy trips and falls and tumbles into Darrow. And as you guys that are up there watching the match see, Darrow like stumbles and falls into the arena as someone else like rolls over him in like muted coloring. And the entire arena bursts into laughter. There's just like this hilarious joviality and laughter going on. Everyone is laughing. It's quite a comical sight. And Darrow just sort of stands up and takes it all in and smiles broadly and holds his hands out wide, wearing his gleaming gold armor. All of his team is like really muted in their colors. It's almost like hard to see them in the field next to the dazzling brightness of him. And you, Caliban, noticed that one of his team is a wizard that's like casting some sort of illusion magic to cause his armor to gleam even brighter. So it's like even more obvious who the star is in some ways, right? You know, you guys might be the chosen few and you might have your names, but this is Darrow and his team. You know, it's very much that sort of vibe. The mechanical goblins and goblinoids wake up, and Darrow just grabs his sword and stands in the middle of the field and shouts, "Have no fear, gentle audience. I will slay the goblins." And immediately, his team starts doing very calculated, very smooth, efficient movements, right? They are doing everything right. But he just sort of awkwardly holds his sword in a bad posture. And then before you even like can see what's happening, his sword seems to like start dragging him around, like, and he's lurching everywhere out of his own control. And like the audience is laughing at his wild gyrations. And as he is gyrating wildly and totally out of control, you know, he starts flying. His sword starts like moving so fast that his feet goes like kick off the ground. He's like, "Whoa!" as he flies across the field. You know, and he slashes things left and right and center. He's incredibly good at this. This is insane how good this total nincompoop is. His only skill seems to be holding on to this sword as it like takes him on a wild ride around the arena, and the audience is eating it up. This is hilarious to them.
Looking at the weapon as it sort of activates and starts to happen, do I get the sense that it is sentient?
Have you had any experience with sentient weapons before?
There's no reason why I wouldn't. So no.
Yeah. I mean, no, I don't think you would get that. I don't think. Yeah. I mean, I understand that there's a metagame component here, which makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, but you're right. That wouldn't. Okay, then actually, just one really quick other question. Then, do I know with finality, with certainty anyway, that these people with him he has hired, or are they with him because for a different reason?
He's hired them.
Okay.
Definitively.
Is there a law against that in this ring?
No.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, and the crowd loves this, and they toss coins at him endlessly. Right? He finishes the round. He finishes the round looking like exhausted in some ways, but just throws his hair back and smiles his winning smile at the crowd and says, Daryl the Great has saved you from the goblinoids. Thank you. Thank you. You know, just very, very, this is not based on a real person at all. Sorry. Yeah. And he's very proud of this and just starts walking back to the arena. Sorry, walking back to the backstage area.
Does the audience seem to notice that the sword is like just dragging him around?
Yeah, I think what you pick up from the audience is that like to them this is a good show, right? To them they feel like he killed all the goblins, he and his team killed all the goblins. It's more that it was like comical to them, right? It's sort of like you know, it kind of reminds me of like a Marx Brothers skit where like Chico is like playing the piano and like pretending to get hurt or whatever, and like but he's still hitting all the right notes, so it's still musical or whatever, but it looks like it's out of his control but is in his control. That's sort of what the audience thinks it is. They think that he's like lurching about, they think it's like a drunken master type strategy or something like that. Maybe not all of them, but just in general.
It's pretty obvious to all of us that it's dragging him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys are much better, much more trained than most of the people in the audience. There may be people in the audience that disagree with this assessment, of course.
What does the pirate lady look like? Mm-hmm. Is she enjoying this, or is she rolling her eyes?
I think a little bit of both. Like roll an insight check.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, so she's drinking her drink. She's not like standing up and cheering, and she's like chuckling quietly to herself. You can take that for what you will.
Oh.
Timothy.
While we are watching this this round, I'd like to scan the crowd and see if there's anyone in Kavanian robes or Celestian robes, like anyone like ambassadors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. There is a Celestian ambassador here. Maybe, or at least they're in Celestian robes, and they look old and official. She's an older lizard folk. And she doesn't seem to be particularly enjoying the show, but she's got some people around her. So,
do I recognize her from the big table of diplomats?
She was definitely present at that. Yes.
Okay.
Do you want to approach her?
Do we have time?
Yeah, sure.
I think maybe I'll wait until next round. Assuming we survive.
Then as you guys stay there for a minute, at some point, one of the attendants or ushers or whatever spots you guys and comes and says, you're going to have to leave now. You're not allowed to watch any of the fights from the next round. It's supposed to be a surprise every round. You can always watch the fights after your fight, but, time to head back down. Okay. So you all head back down. Excellent. Beautiful. I think as you're heading back down, someone in the arena, one of the audience members just looks and says, hey, hi, are you Nova?
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, there's a tiny tiefling child there. She looks up at you and she says, I really like your sword.
Thanks. You want to see it?
Yeah, can I?
Yeah, just don't touch it.
So you hold it out. It's literally substantially larger than her. This is maybe like an 8 or 9-year-old child. And she like, can I hold it?
I look for a parental figure.
There is none around.
Oh. Maybe that's not the best idea. Maybe I feel like someone would be very mad at me for doing that.
Yeah, why don't you roll a persuasion check? She's a child, but she's intelligent enough. She can be persuaded that this is not in her best interest. And it's more like, does the child like you or not? Is really the question here. Yeah, the child's response is like, Oh, okay. I understand. Mommy doesn't let me hold things either.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. You're gonna win, right?
Of course.
Good. You're my favorite out there.
Aw, thank you.
I want to be like you when I grow up.
All right. I'm so down with that.
And she like waves at you, and you see that she's missing all of her fingers on her right hand.
I wave back and I say, "Eat your vegetables.
They're gross.
It'll make you big and strong."
Really?
Yep.
She looks skeptical. Okay. I'll eat my vegetables if you win.
Fair.
She turns and heads back, and you guys are brought back downstairs. Darrow and his crew are down there, and did you did you watch my fight? I thought I saw you in the stands over there. I've already forgotten your name, tiefling lady.
Oh, yeah, I saw you for a minute before I went and grabbed a drink. Yeah, you were all right.
Did you admire my fantastic moves? My skill with the sword.
You must have been practicing for a long time, I can tell.
Yes, definitely. For a long time. Ever since I was younger and therefore smaller than I am now. I've been practicing.
It's amazing how that works. Yeah, you get bigger as you get older.
Yes, right? It's a whole thing.
Yeah. So that sword must have come from your family or something if you've been practicing with it for so long.
Oh yes, family heirloom. My my great grandfather used it in the war, or in one of the many wars, the Chaos Wars. He was a great warrior, great man. Fought on apparently the wrong side of things, of course, but you know.
Oh, did he?
In the name of the Empire, not my thing, of course.
I see. Yeah, where did he fight?
Oh, mostly in Sunera. Those forest rat people.
Yeah, that's so funny. And on the side of the Empire, no less.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's been generations, and I don't hold with that. I mean, obviously the Empire is a mess, and we don't need that nonsense now. But nonetheless, yes, that is.
That must have been tough for him in Sunera. I guess he must have really got his clock cleaned, huh?
Well, yeah, I mean, certainly the righteous and good and true rebellions won the wars, and I'm glad they did, of course. But that doesn't mean I can't be proud of my grandfather and his actions.
Of course, right? And you have his heirloom to remember him by. So
yes, of course.
Well, I wouldn't want to keep you from some well-deserved rest. So I guess we'll see you after the next one.
Yes, I have to catch my breath. I'm a little winded after all of that,
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm getting a very windy vibe from you.
Thank you. And he turns and walks off to his corner. Okay. You guys ready for the next vault and volley?
No idea.
Fair answer. Fair answer. Okay, let's see if I have this set up. I do not. Excellent. Let's actually finish setting it up then. Pardon moi. Oops. Oh well. Pardon me, guys. Fix something quickly. Definitely didn't, forget to do something that I was supposed to do. Someone talk to someone or something?
Huh?
Or something?
They already let me back in, but it's still very, very weird.
Ah, there we go. Excellent. Okay. So the announcer comes and gets you guys and says, "Okay, are you ready for your next bout?"
Yes, we are.
Good. It's another actual beast, not one of these mechanical monstrosities. This one was captured, sort of in between Sunera and Chalestra. There's a swampland there, but it's a monstrosity.
Oh, hints even. You must really like us.
I want someone to make it through to the final round, and it's always more money for everyone involved if there's more than one. You guys have been doing well enough. I'd like it to happen, but whatever. You go down, you go down.
A swamp monstrosity, you say? This seems like familiar territory.
Why? What have you fought? What do you know?
No, I was born in the swamp.
He looks like he wants to make a joke, but doesn't know if you will take offense or not.
It was a nice swamp, mind you,
So that explains the smell. Anyway, get in. And he ushers you into the arena again. They're back for more. The chosen ones. Whatever. One of our top 4 teams. But are they ready to take on the Froghemoth? And emerging from the other side of the arena is a massive frog with tentacles coming out of each side of it. And as it crawls through the grates and the gate opens behind it, you see how big this massive creature is. It's about the size of the Yeti, to be fair, but this thing has multiple arms and tentacles that it can use to grab and maybe even swallow some of you whole. A true monstrosity. And with that, I'd like everyone to roll initiative, please.
Oh, can we position ourselves? Is that okay?
Yeah, of course. Feel free.
Okay.
Okay, and okay. Looks good to me. Okay. Everyone happy with their positioning? Cool. The Froghemoth dives through and rushes forward with alarming speed. What's its movement? Oh, not that alarming speed. Yeah, that looks good. It's going to go there, and it is going to, let's see, reach 20 feet. Cool, yeah, let's grab some people. Timothy, you're going to be hit with a tentacle. Does a 28 hit? Jesus.
Yeah, yes, it does.
Excellent. That would be 16 points of damage, and you are grappled.
Grappled where he is?
Yes, grappled where he is.
By the way, I was going in and out when we rolled initiative. I rolled a 16.
Ooh, I missed you. Sorry. I will add you to the thing. Bam. You are now added to the thing. Oh, you already were added to the thing. There you go. Excellent. You are fixed and initiative fixed. Excellent. Well, he grapples you where you are. Okay, and is going to shoot another tentacle, this time at 5, 10, 15, 20. I guess at Thea. Thea, does a 23 hit?
Yes, it does.
That would be 24 points of damage. Ripping into you guys already. And last but not least, it is going to use its tongue on Nova. Nova, I need a strength saving throw.
Ah.
Uh-oh, you failed that.
Yeah, I did.
Its tongue grips you, pulls you in front of it, and then it's going to try to take a bite out of you.
Great.
Winning that initiative is working out well for me, I'm not going to lie. 28 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
I know. That's going to be 17 points of damage. And you are going to be swallowed by the froghemoth. You are currently inside of it. Caliban.
That's gross.
Okay.
Internal look at what the insides of froghemoth are like. Probably against your will. It probably will suck on the start of her turn.
All right. Just looking at the language of a particular spell here. 1 second. Would it be possible to create a spiritual weapon inside the creature?
Let's check.
It doesn't say where I can see. It just says within range.
Wow. Yes, but I'm going to clarify something.
Sure.
For the sake of clarifying it. A spiritual weapon is not a physical object. People can move through them.
Yeah.
So it's inside the creature right now. If the creature moves, it won't be inside it anymore. It doesn't move.
Yeah.
Okay. Then yes.
But I want it intact inside of it. It's the idea.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Okay, great. So that I can hopefully throw up Nova.
Yeah, sounds good.
So I'll use my Ring of Spell Storing and use my second level spell spiritual weapon that's inside of it to cast spiritual weapon. Inside of the creature, bonus action, so a sort of orb of swirling seawater. Just sort of, you see the frog just sort of bulge a little bit as a orb of swirling seawater just appears inside of the creature and makes an attack roll.
Yeah.
So I will. For this, do I click on the spell and it does the attack roll?
It should do it correctly if it's programmed correctly, but it may not be programmed correctly.
Yeah, 19 to hit.
19 hits. You can click on where it says spiritual weapon to do the damage in the chat.
9 force damage.
9 force damage is good. It's a step in the right direction. He certainly did not like getting hit, and he really did not like getting hit on the inside of himself. Whether that was enough or not is a different question, but you can tell that it might be effective.
Great. Then I will use my action to sidle over to 5, 10, 15, 20 behind Thea and cast a first level Cure Wounds.
Nice.
On Thea. First level. 8 healing for 8 points of healing for Thea. There. You're welcome. And I'm going to that was there 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm going to use 10 more feet of movement to back up right here.
Sounds good. Timothy, you are grappled. It means you can't move, but besides that, you can do things.
I can't move, but I can do things.
Yep.
Okay.
You also try to break free of the grapple, though it costs an action.
I'm going to reach into my bag.
Okay.
And I'm going to get some good old-fashioned brain control fluid.
Nice. Okay.
And I am going to it's grappling me, right?
Yeah.
Oh, well, then
Like
I'm
holding
just
the
gonna,
tentacle.
yeah, I'm just gonna uncork it with my mouth and just pour it all over the tentacle.
We have established that this works on contact, not just on inhalation or eating, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay. So this is a very, very large creature. It's a huge creature. So from that perspective, I'm going to require you to use more than just your standard resources to do it. How much brain control fluid do you have?
I have 2 vials, so I think I poured out the entire vial.
Great. Yeah, works for me. You see purple sort of start to form around the 3 eyes that emerge from the top of this creature's head. Do you say anything?
I think in game, I'm not quite sure how it works. So I think I'm gonna say, "Come on, eat me," and I'm gonna hope that it like tries to eat at me and like bite its own tentacle because I'm not sure if he needs to ingest it or not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love that. I think that's great. Okay. Thea, you are also grappled, is that correct?
I think so, yeah.
Cool. Excellent.
So while I'm grappled, I'm just gonna yell, "Ah, look at me!" And I'm gonna try to petrify it.
Ooh, yeah, it absolutely looks at you.
Okay.
Yeah, what's the DC on this?
12 con save.
Ooh, sad to say this probably isn't going to work, but I could roll badly. 26.
Yeah.
Sadly. Yeah, so it looks at you and it makes direct eye contact, and you see that moment where the eye stalks like start to stiffen a little bit, and you're like, and for a second you're like, yes, this is gonna work, but then like something thrashes out inside of it and just sort of breaks eye contact and looks at you still, and you see this sort of weird purpley glistening stuff appear around its eyes.
Interesting.
Nova, you are inside this thing. That means you are grappled and restrained at this point, and you immediately take 8 points of acid damage.
I am resistant to acid damage.
Well, ain't that convenient? I would also rule that this thing is currently eating you. Were you in any way, shape, or form, like, did you activate your fire runes when it ate you? Because if so, it would take that damage.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that.
No problem. You want to roll that for me?
Yeah.
I think it's actually twice, because it's once for its tongue grabbing you and once for eating you.
Okay. Oh, that's very low numbers.
And the low numbers still add up. You are inside of this thing. That means you are grappled and restrained. If you want to make any attacks, they're at disadvantage.
Okay. What if I want to try to get out?
How would you do that?
I'm strong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you want to try to make an athletics check to break free, you're welcome to try.
Okay, I will attempt to break free.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Unfortunately, you do not break free.
Okay.
You are stuck inside this creature as its gullet begins to digest you. You feel the acid, which doesn't hurt as much as it could hurt, but you still are feeling it, and you know that there's just more and more. It's an endless supply of it where it comes from. So this is possibly not a good sign. Stalexa, you're up.
Okay, so Lexa is going to, she's going to see what happens if she pushes this thing away. So she's going to hex it against its strength, and then she is going to fire a couple of Eldritch Blasts. Just as she fires the first one off, an invisible imp flits right under this thing's nostrils, and thereby distracts it and does the help action.
Excellent. Yeah, take that first shot at advantage then.
First shot.
22 definitely hits. 2 damage.
And then the next one is a 9, so that probably will not.
A 9 does not hit. But we are shoved back 10 feet, correct?
10 feet, yeah.
An additional 2 damage from the hex, right?
Yes, exactly. And I'm wondering, so what does that mean for my grappled friends?
Yeah, they are also shoved 10 feet forward. because the tentacles don't release at this point. Does that answer your question in an accurate, if not satisfying manner?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm wondering if at any point this thing will have to make strength checks to maintain grapple, but we will see what happens.
Absolutely. It certainly may have to make strength checks on grapple, but something would have to contest its strength there.
That would make sense. Okay. Yeah, and I think Selexa, she has one more idea as well.
Mm-hmm.
And for that, she is going to run straight up.
Ooh, in front of it.
In front of it. And that's where she's going to end her turn.
Interesting. Cool. Okay. Okay, Caliban's all the way in the back. Okay, well, you've shouted, eat me, correct, Timothy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, it's going to eat you then. I think the first thing it's going to do is you are going to be drawn physically towards it. I need you to make a strength saving throw at disadvantage as its tongue tries to grab you.
Okay.
Sadly, a 9 will not do it. The 24, of course, would have. And so you, too, are dragged into its stomach.
May I shout as I am being eaten?
Sure.
Nova, out! As the mouth opens.
Oh, yeah, I love that. Okay, yeah, he's going to take a bite out of you first.
Sure.
But I will allow some sort of maneuver here of some sort, but we will figure that out in 1 second. Does an 18 hit?
Yes.
Great. Oh, I guess I have advantage on that anyway, but whatever. 26 points of damage, and you are swallowed for now.
Okay.
Nova, I think the appropriate thing is here, you're stuck inside the stomach, and like it's dark, and it's hard to see, and there's nothing much going on. I want you to roll a perception check at disadvantage to see if you can hear Timothy's suggestion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I think that it's just like it's really hard for you to like make out exactly what he's saying. It doesn't come out like Nova out. It comes out like out. You know, it's just like clips of sounds. You can hear him screaming, and then plop, he pops in next to you in the stomach.
Hello,
Timothy. What are you doing?
Well, we'll see. We'll see. This is cozy.
Yeah, and at this point, Timothy, of course, the tentacle relinquishes you, and you are no longer entangled in that. And a second tentacle is going to attack Selexa. 26 to hit.
Yes, that hits.
Okay. For 19 points of damage, and you are grappled. And that is my turn. Caliban.
All right. Wow. Getting heated up in here. Let's see. I'm all the way back there. Nova and Timothy are in the stomach at this point, correct?
Yes.
Alexia, you're right up next to it. Okay. Do I see the purplish nature of its eyes at this point?
Yes.
Do I know how this mind control potion works? No.
None of you have figured it out yet. None of you have really super tried to.
Right. Well, I guess better to find out in the moment.
More dramatic for my sake, so yes.
Yeah. Okay, so I feel like the best I can do is just make sure that people I can see are okay. I'll use my bonus action to attack again from the inside.
Okay. Yes, you move. It was pushed back, so you move your spiritual weapon back inside and attack again from the inside. Great. Yeah. Roll to hit.
All right. 23.
Definitely hits.
All right. 7 points of force damage.
Nice. That's 7 points of damage this round so far.
Okay. And then I'm going to. I can't see. So, Lexi, you haven't taken damage, right?
I have, yes.
You have.
I may take more imminently since I am grappled and right next to it.
Yeah. I'm thinking that there's probably like some sort of. If we hurt it enough, it'll spit up our friends. But also, healing you would be good so that you don't fall unconscious. I'm going to prioritize getting people spit up, at least for now. I'm going to Sacred Flame.
Sacred Flame sounds good. It's a dex save, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, good call, because its dex is only a +1, but it gets a 17, unfortunately.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. In that case, I'm going to use my movement. Let's see, 5. And I'll get in front of Thea here. Or I'll just get right behind her. There.
Okay, works for me. Timothy?
Yes.
Your turn, and you are inside the stomach.
Yes, I am.
Roll that determines whether you get a turn or not.
What do I roll?
I roll.
Oh, you roll.
15 points of acid damage.
Oh.
Are you still conscious?
No, I'm not.
Okay. You fall unconscious and lose your turn. Thea.
Okay. Just gonna use my longbow. Before I do that, can I just yell, "Throw up"? Well, I'm just gonna try to say anything. Throw up, and then try to hit it.
Unfortunately, that's not gonna hit.
Okay. Can I use my psi bolstered knack?
Mm-hmm. What does that do?
Yeah.
Oh, to increase the chance to hit?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. 17 definitely hits.
Okay. Yay.
Okay. Slexo's in melee, so if you want to add your sneak attack.
Oh, yes. I will sneak attack this guy.
And where are you shooting?
I think it should be 46 at this level, not 3d6. Right? Or is it still 3d6?
What level are we?
6th level.
I think it's every other level.
Okay, never mind.
I'll double check though. I will double check quickly, because we might as well get it right. And if we can get more damage, then that is always a good thing for you guys. Let's double check really quickly. 7th level, sorry. It's every odd level increases, I think. Okay. And are you trying to hit it in a particular spot? Are you using your psi talent to maneuver the arrow telepathically, or telekinetically to somewhere else?
I'm trying to hit it in the head as much as possible, knowing that my friends are in its stomach. I'm going to try to not hit the stomach.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, yeah, so you do a solid 17 damage to this thing. It clearly did not like that. That is a good chunk of damage to it. It is not designed to take damage in huge chunks like that. Nova. Oh, sorry, Thea, do you have anything else you want to do on your turn? Nova, you are also inside of its stomach. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing so good. Let's see.
14 acid damage, halved to 7 for you.
Okay. Well, let's see. So I can attack for half damage, or I can try to get out.
No, sorry, attack at disadvantage. You won't do half damage.
Right. Sorry. Or I can try to athletics out.
Yes, Those are realistically your options. Athletics is at disadvantage, attacking is at disadvantage, so you're disadvantaged both ways. One of them does damage, the other one doesn't. But if you don't do enough damage, it's not going to do anything. So.
Right. How many attacks can I make?
You can make all your attacks.
Okay, well, I guess I'll try to attack and hope someone tells it to throw us up.
Mm-hmm.
I think Thea did that once.
She did.
All right. All right, I'm gonna hit it.
Okay, attack away. A 19 hits.
Okay, 4.
Okay, hold on 1 second before you attack again. It immediately regurgitates you up, just like being struck inside. It vomits you up uncontrollably, and Timothy as well.
Great.
You are now outside its body.
Okay.
Can you roll an acrobatics check to land on your feet?
Yes.
Okay, so you failed to land on your feet, so you've got to get yourself up. So it costs 15 feet of movement, but you're now up and can keep going. Obviously.
Okay, I attack it again.
Swing away.
All right.
You're not at disadvantage anymore, of course.
Yay!
A 28 hits.
Okay, and
yeah.
And I'd like to use my action surge and hit it again.
Do it again. 27 hits. Sad to say it's not that crit. 18 damage hurts it a lot.
I don't know.
Not like that.
Sorry, did I do the wrong thing?
No. Why?
Okay. Oh, it says 18 plus 5 on mine?
Oh, yeah, the plus 5 is if the crit it's calculating in case you got the crit.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay.
You get another attack with your action surge.
Yeah. Okay. One more.
Yep. 19 hits. Yeah. This thing is not looking hot. It was very commanding and in a dominant position not that long ago. It is now, I would say, a more desperate but even-handed fight here.
Okay. Does it look like it's almost dead?
No.
No.
It looks like it's in bad shape, but that's different than almost dead. I'll call it bloodied.
All right.
Just to steal a term from a different edition of a different game. Okay. That your turn?
That is my turn.
Celexa.
Okay, well, seeing her friends come tumbling out of this foggy myth, she hesitates for a moment, and she had a look of resolve on her face a moment ago, and now she sees them coming out, and she's feeling not so sure. But she figures, why not? The crowd deserves a show anyways. So she is going to try and lunge as far as she can into the mouth of the froggy myth.
Yeah.
And place the immovable rod at the back of its throat. And then she's going to leave it there and cast Misty Step to try and get away.
Yeah. Okay. I think the appropriate thing here would be I will give you a choice. Mm-hmm. Either acrobatics or performance.
Ooh, awesome. I am going to do a performance check.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, so you dive into this thing with a flourish, stick the immovable rod in there, and Misty Step out. You're fast enough that the acidic damage from inside this creature does not get you at all. Where do you want Misty Step to?
I will, let's see, I will move myself to kind of like over here, where I can be kind of on my own in the center. Let's see, 5, 10. over here maybe, both far from the creature and also on my own in the center of the ring, so I can get the applause and commendation that I so deserve.
Yeah, which is happening right now in heaps and large amounts. Yeah, you have successfully done this. There's now an immovable rod stuck inside this creature. You have, by using Misty Step, gotten out of its clutches as well. It has no hold on you, and you are, I think the appropriate word is, gone out of there. Okay. Let's see. The frog hemoth. Let's see what I got here. On range, 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay, yeah. So it's going to try to move forward, but then cannot. Suffering internal injuries instantly. I think 1d10 is appropriate based on this thing's strength. Unfortunately, it's not very high, but that happens sometimes. Based on strength, I think it takes 1d10 damage as it tries to pull free from, tries to pull this, and it like goes back and it hurts itself a little bit, trying to grapple Caliban. Do you want to add to that, Celexa?
I was going to say, for what it's worth, Celexa's intention was more to try and keep it from swallowing anybody than.
Yeah, absolutely. But like, it also, if there's something lodged in your throat that can't move, you can't move either. So it's trying to move forward so it can tentacle Caliban, but can't.
It's like halfway between having a Dorito stuck in the back of your throat and being force choked by Darth Vader, right? It's like
it's both those things simultaneously.
It's like he has a frog in his throat.
Oh, I like it. Oh, I love it. Where's our pun counter? Marcus, remind me that we need a pun counter. Okay.
And throw to commercial.
Beautiful. Excellent. Yeah. So it can't do anything with that. Unfortunately, that doesn't, just because it can't move doesn't mean it's not relatively powerful. So let's see what's going to do. Well, it does have Thea in its clutches. So Thea, I need a strength saving throw. Its tongue is going to grapple you.
Okay.
You're at disadvantage. Dead, insult to injury. Unfortunately, a 14 does not cut it. So it pulls you into its mouth and bites you. We'll see how the bite does. A critical miss.
Ooh, yay.
It fails to bite you. Pardon me. It brings you close. And how do you stop it? Do you lodge something in its teeth? Do you bend over backwards? What does this look like? Why does it not get you? Is this a telekinetic strike?
I think I would be using telekinetic actions to move my body in a way so I don't fit into its mouth.
Yeah, so you're pulling the Luke Skywalker putting a bone in the Rancor's jaw, except the bone is you and it can't snap it. I love it. Yeah, so things like mouth is now hanging open, just stuck there, unable to get close. You were going to get an extra save out of this anyway because of the immovable rod, but you don't even need it because it literally can't get there. And then it'll just attack Winona, since that's the only thing left it can do. Nova, sorry. 21 to hit.
Yep.
22 points of damage.
Great.
And again, you are grappled. And it can't reach anyone else, and it can't attack the same target twice. So, that's its turn. Caliban, you're up.
Yeah. That is 15 feet. Cool. I'm gonna go to our friend Timothy here, and I'm going to use my stored second level cure wounds, and cure wounds you. Let's see here. Level 2.
2 points of healing.
Yeah.
Timothy, you pop up with 15 points of healing. No death saves for you.
Yeah.
And then, is it still looking purple-eyed?
Yes.
Did I get the sense that it understood Timothy when Timothy said eat me, or that it just was acting on its animal instincts and impulses to eat Timothy because he had grappled him?
Roll an animal friendship test.
Animal handling. All right.
Animal handling, whatever.
11.
Maybe.
Cool. All right. In that case, I'm just going to do what I can do and use my bonus action to hit with my spiritual weapon inside of the creature again.
Sounds good. Smack away.
All right. 21 is a hit, so that is going to be 12 points of force damage.
Beautiful. Yeah. Does not like that at all. Timothy, that makes it your turn.
Okay. So I pop back up and take a kind of get a sense of what is going on, and I'm going to yell at it to unhand my friend, turn your back, and growl menacingly at the crowd.
Yeah. Let me take a look at something quickly. While I make a ruling. I'm pretty sure I know what I want to do here, but I just want to take a look at something. Yeah, Timothy, what is your spell save DC?
My spell save DC is 13.
Okay. Okay. It drops Nova on the ground. Thea is also left, and it immediately spends its reaction to spin around and growl menacingly at the crowd.
Okay.
That's your action, but if you have a bonus action or movement.
I as a bonus action, I'm going to take a bite out of it with Hungry Jaws.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Where are you? Sorry. Do I roll for yeah, so it's just a melee roll?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. Does a 13 hit?
At this point, yes, it does, although it would not normally.
Okay, I'll gain a couple HP, and then I'd like to move away. You know,
feel free. How much damage do you do?
I think it's just 2.
Okay. Keep on doing plus at rather than plus 2. Okay, excellent. So this creature turns and starts menacing the crowd, just, but then you bite it, and that turns into like a weak whimper, as it just like doesn't seem to be like being bitten in the butt. Thea.
Okay.
This creature released you.
Yeah, finally. I'm gonna use like my new sapphire gem. I'd like to cast distance on it.
Oh shoot, sorry. This creature had to move while there was an immovable run. It's sorry. Wow, I'm rolling really badly for your movable run. I'm really sorry. It's locking it in place. Sorry, back to you, Thea.
So I'd like to cast distance.
Mm-hmm.
So it has to make a
intelligence save?
Yeah.
Well, let me see how well it can do that. And it's currently at disadvantage, so I get a -1.
Nice. Yeah, so it had to beat a 15.
Yep. But I got a -1.
Okay, so then the target I choose is this frog, and it has to move 30 feet.
Okay. It can't move 30 feet, so what I'm going to rule is that it's going to take 1d10 for every 5 feet it has to move because of the immovable rod stuck in its throat. I'm not saying that I'm going to hold to that ruling forever, but for now, I think that is 6d10. If you would like the honor of rolling that, Thea?
Sure. Say that again. It's
6d10.
6d10.
Also, can you tell us what is this ability you're using? This is wild.
Yeah.
This is one of the gifts I got. Was a sapphire gem with different psionic abilities to it.
So you're making this thing like run away, basically, or need to run away.
Yeah, it's supposed to like just. I think
it's a telekinetic push. Actually, is really what it is. It's a mighty telekinetic push that's just shoving this creature, and like this creature is like pushed, and like the back of its throat hits the inside of the immovable rod, and it like strangles it, and like then it spins around and is pushed again and again and again. So it's just like tumbling over in midair. This has now gone from being like a very deadly fight to being a comedy again. We're back to the comedy scenario, except this time it's the enemies that are comedic, not Darrow.
This is so sad.
Yeah. Well, it's a pretty hideous monstrosity. Nova, you want to end this thing and put it out of its misery?
Yeah.
I'd also like to just move.
Oh yeah, sure. Feel free.
Okay.
I attack it.
Attack away. A 13 will hit it right now.
All right.
It can't dodge because it has an immovable rod in its throat. That means it loses 1 point of AC, which lowers its AC from 14 to a 13. 13 damage. And Nova, how do you want to do this?
I would love to chop off its head.
Yeah, I mean it's basically all head. So do you mean? Yeah, okay, yeah, we'll chop off its top part of its face or whatever. Yeah.
And make it nice and easy to retrieve the immovable rod.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not saying it's not going to be gross. It's covered with a lot right now, but yeah, you chop off its head, and the immovable rod is visible there as this creature falls to your guys' might and power. And the announcer is like, "They're really doing it. They're really doing it. I think this group might make it all the way." And with that, we will take our break. Hey world, how you doing? Hope you are doing okay. It's quite a world out there, and I hope that you are okay. If I could reach through the screen and express to you how much I hope you are okay, I would do it now, but I can't. So all I can say is that I do hope that you are okay. The world is hard right now as a place to be in for many, many, many people, and for all sorts of reasons. If you can find a way to help support people that are doing less well than you, I think that's one of the most important and powerful actions that you can take. When people talk about praxis, to me, that is what that is. Finding a way to help those who need help, finding a way to support those who need support, and finding a way to listen to those that need to be heard. Do your best to elevate the voices of those that need to be heard at times like these, and try not to shut them down, and really try to listen to what they are saying. It matters. And try to think about the world with as much nuance as possible. I know that we're playing a fantasy RPG, and that fundamentally these, broadly speaking, with one possible exception, I'm looking at you, Caliban, are our good guys. Um, but and that fundamentally we're going to be fighting bad guys. The world doesn't look like that. It's always important to remember that. The world is a complicated and nuanced place. Not that there aren't occasional ugly orange exceptions, but nonetheless, do try to look out for the world and view it with as much nuance as possible. Hey, if you enjoy our content, please check out some of our other stuff. We've got shows every Sunday, Monday, Thursday, and Friday. Sunday, Monday, and Thursday are all dedicated to exploring this current homebrew world of mine. It's a messy homebrew world of politics and intrigue and violence. These 5 nations just can't seem to get along right now. And things are going wrong, and we're gonna keep exploring that. This game right now is on a quest for peace, although it's being sidetracked by our massive gauntlet of combat awesomeness. And my Monday group is on a quest for anti-fascism, and though that is currently being, nope, not sidetracked, just difficult to do, it turns out. It's being sidetracked by war, I guess, a little bit. And the Thursday group is on a quest for, well, let's see. They started a union last week, so they may be becoming a outwardly and expressly communist game. We'll find out what that means as we go forward. But they started a union. I'm sure that's not going to cause them any problems, because unions in the real world are never difficult to run or organize for any reason whatsoever. Anyway, in the Friday group, we play different RPGs. We, for the last several weeks, we're playing Beneath a Cursed Moon, run by our wonderful Marcus, who is also our producer on this channel. He did a spectacular job, and then we fought Dracula and Dracule, Dracula's father, the Beast, and I'm surprised we won. Legit. I thought we were going to die. I had 1 hit point at the end, and no way of recovering them, but I did manage to sacrifice Dracula and dedicate his soul to Baal for all eternity, hopefully. And not that that means Dracula's not going to come back, but I did do that, and it was very, very satisfying. So we finished that game, and next up we're going to play a game called Quest. If you've never seen and or heard of Quest before, it's a very sweet RPG, very enthusiastically warm in many ways, and a very easy to learn one. If you are confused about RPGs at all and looking to have a step into them, this is a great choice. It's also great for kids. I actually just started running a Quest game for a group of 8-year-olds and 9-year-olds, but they are very, very cute and adorable, and it's a lot of fun. So if you're looking for an entry into RPGs, or honestly just want to have some simple fun, because sometimes the world is so stressful that we just want to have some fun that's not so stressful, then I highly recommend that you check out Quest. And because I'm selfish, I highly recommend you check out our Quest stream on Fridays and all that good stuff. All the information about the channel is down below. You can scroll down and see what we are doing and when. And it is all fun stuff. Excellent. Back to it. The crowd goes wild over your victory. It is the perfect balance for them. Impressive feats of strength, bizarre eldritch rituals is how they're interpreting Timothy's thing. Comedy is how they're interpreting the Spinning Frog Behemoth, and just overwhelming tension, not knowing whether you guys are going to win or lose. This is the type of situation the crowds live for, that they love. Everything about this is like the dream come true for them. And such is the nature of the beast. This is by far your most successful bout. Coins are thrown out to you, and as always, little children who are working the pits run out and grab the coins and scoop them into bags for you guys to be delivered later. It's a pretty great feeling in some ways if you like feeling like a winner, because everyone is going to talk about how awesome this fight was for some time to come. This was definitely impressive. You guys
hopefully it'll beef up some of the betting too.
Yes, almost certainly. You guys make it backstage, and Neffany is waiting for you guys, and she says, "Just so you know, every round that you guys go, the amount of winnings will go up substantially. It's not just a double bet anymore. It's going to escalate heavily, and if you can beat that 6th round, that's going to be a lot of coinage in your pocket, especially if you're the only ones to do it. Not saying you can, not saying you should, but if you can, and even better than that, if it's tight, if someone can make it to round 6 but not win, and you can make it to round 6 and win, that would be a good amount of coin. Not saying you need the coin, of course, but just I wanted to let you know."
Thanks, Neffany.
Thanks, Neffany.
And she nods and turns and heads back to the sort of the door where she's standing guard a little bit. Although
before you go, just to make sure, do you think we'll still make a good sum of money if we get to the final round and we don't win, and Darrow doesn't even get to the final round?
Well, you'll certainly get some money, yes. But people want to see that final round.
Yeah, but they already have their money in. But I understand.
I'll get odds for you,
nice.
and see what that amounts to.
Wonderful.
And she nods and turns and heads upstairs to figure out what the deal with that situation is. Dorothy?
As we were leaving the ring, can I take the empty vial that I had and scoop up some of the stomach acid from the froghemoth?
Yes, please roll a survival check.
Okay.
Yeah, you get some. I think that cutting the head off the thing slit the acid sac that it keeps to stun its victims a little bit. You can get some stomach acid, but the real juicy stuff is like these acid sacs that it like deposits into its mouth from above. It's really gross. Although there are fish that do things like this, so you're not exactly unheard of it. But that thing was slit in half, and it's already losing its potency.
Okay.
Is Darrow anywhere to be seen?
Yeah, he's backstage. He's like trying to flirt with a usher. There's just this usher who's down there. He's like mid-20s. This is clearly like a off job for him, not like something he's excited about or whatever. He's like picking up rags or whatever, and Darrow's like, "So, just see my last fight?" Doing the bad sleazy flirting thing.
A click. If people were horses, they would respond even better to that.
I find people respond pretty well to my clicks. What's your name again?
Just a cleric.
A cleric. Yeah. Well, you want to buff out the scratch?
Gladly. Would you mind if I actually, why not? And I'll pick up one of the rags. One of the ushers dropped and start buffing up his armor. You mentioned, well, you didn't mention anything, but that sword is honestly just beautiful. What a beautiful sword you have. Would you mind does it have a name?
I call it the Master Slayer Awesome Sword.
Right. But does it have a name that you didn't give it?
What? No, I call it the Master Slayer Awesome Sword.
Oh, that's pretty sweet. Where'd you get it?
Oh, it was my great grandfather's. He had it forged for him by the greatest wizard in the entire Tuan Empire.
Whoa, that is incredible. Can I insight check that?
Yeah, roll an insight check.
Okay. 18.
Absolutely true.
Okay.
Or at least, let me phrase that. Absolutely, he believes this.
Okay. As I'm buffing out the armor, does it look like there's some sort of engraving on the sword as I'm standing close to it?
Yeah, why don't you roll a perception check?
Only 15.
Yeah. So you certainly notice that the armor is also magical. It has some sort of gleaming on it, and also is some sort of abjuration and protection magic that you instantly recognize as you buff it.
Cool.
It buffs much faster than the armor should buff. You notice that instantly. The sword itself, it's a silver sword. It looks beautiful. It doesn't seem to have any engraving on it. The pommel has an interesting design on it. And as you're sort of glancing at it, you notice that it is it's a star sign of a hydra. It's literally a constellation of a hydra that's on the pommel of the sword.
Okay. Well, I can't stand here all day and admire your glorious sword, unfortunately. I must be on my way, but maybe after the match we can catch up sometime.
Sure. Not usually the type I go for, but yeah, we can talk.
No offense taken.
No, I meant like we can talk.
Wonderful.
And he does that really bad awkward wink.
Wonderful. Can't wait. I'll look away, sort of wiping down my robes.
Caliban returns to the group.
Well, the pommel seems enchanted with some sort of star sign. He also has enchanted armor, but the sword is the real problem. Do you think we could get it away from him somehow? He's probably not gonna take it off at any point. So, Lex, you mentioned you had some sort of idea? You're muted.
You're muted.
I just kind of want to see how what the limit of these mercenaries patience for him will be, and vice versa.
I'd imagine that their limit is money. If he's paying them astronomical amounts of money to do this, then they're gonna endure anything. But maybe not anything. Maybe you're right.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking. I've got something on my mind. I want to wait until they go to actually I will say yeah, I'm gonna wait until they go to see what's going on in their sort of area or whatever. Do they have, sorry, I know you've mentioned this before, do they have a separate room, or is it a part of a larger room?
No, it's part of a larger room. Okay. No one really has their own room. There's this room was a little crowded at the beginning of the Gauntlet.
Yeah.
But at this point, most teams have really filed out. There's only 4 teams left, and you each have sort of your own corner of this very large. It kind of feels like why don't you roll a history check for me?
Sure.
Yeah, you would guess that actually where you are used to be a prison, and that this sort of arena here used to be for like prison pit fights that were attended by people in a more corrupt time under a more corrupt empire. Um, Now it's an illegal gambling ring, but and this place, the waiting room where you are, is no longer like the manacles aren't against the wall anymore, right? You can't see where people would have been tied up, but it's definitely at one point this was a prison. So this is like a large backstage prison area. So there's stone. There's a lot of archways that originally had bars, and you can see the holes where the bars were, but they've taken them out and sort of turned it into one large room.
Cool. So yeah, I'm kind of guessing that like, of course they're going to carry, like, people generally carry a lot of their stuff on them, but especially a team like this, they might have, like, there might be some packs that are laying around with some of their auxiliary supplies.
Yeah, the health potions and things like that. Yes.
Cool. So when Lexa might want to explore that further when they're gone.
Okay.
When they leave.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So they go and fight their fight against their Froghemoth, whatever that may be.
As they walk out, in the moment that they walk out, I pull out my book of laws. You mentioned that the sword has a star sign hilt. Would I know what that means, if anything? I relay it to the group as well.
Yeah, roll an Arcana check. There are some items that so first of all, the star signs in general have been very important to all these cultures for a long time. It was a Tawan Empire thing, but it's something that sort of bled into the other cultures already. Prion already, before the Tawan took over, had star sign beliefs to a certain extent, although different ones. And when the Empire took over, these star signs just sort of became very like prominent to everyone. It's much more than astrology in our own world, because literally there are physical traits that you develop because of this, right? If you are born under a certain star sign, you might literally have a manticore tail if you're born under the manticore star sign. So it's like
me. I have a manticore.
Yeah, exactly. So there's literal physical manifestations of these things. So people have worshipped them in some form or another for a long time. But you typically wouldn't like the way this thing is engraved. It's very careful and very delicate. It doesn't just look vaguely like the Hydra stars. It looks incredibly precise. It looks like each point of light was
so powerful it froze time.
It's a good sword.
It's a pretty damn good sword. Wow. Incredible. In that case, I'm going to shut my book of laws, since I don't know what to outlaw if I don't really know what the sword is, and stow it away.
Sorry about
Hi.
that. I'm back. My bad.
Hello.
Lost internet. My bad.
Totally fine. I put away the book of laws because I don't know what the sword is, so I can't outlaw it.
Okay. That's totally fair, and that would have been awesome. Yeah. Had you succeeded on that roll, I absolutely would have allowed that. That would have been awesome.
Cool. Yay.
So, oh, sorry.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, no. I'm just gonna go watch upstairs. So
okay.
So Lexa is going to apparently be resting downstairs. While she is doing so, Kumi is going to be invisibly rummaging through some bags, and so Lexa can look through their eyes, and use their senses as they do that. So I think what Selexa's looking for is like less so in Darrow's bag, but in some of the other bags, looking for like I don't know, potions of healing, or I also like any other like conspicuous valuable items. Yeah, not necessarily to steal, but just kind of wanting to see what they've got in there.
Yeah, would coins count? I'm just curious.
I think those aren't I would say only if the coins are like if there's like uh a stash that's conspicuous in the bag, then yes, I would say. So if there's a bunch that's stored in one of the bags, then I think that would count.
Yeah, definitely. Can you roll a investigation check for your imp? I'm going to give you advantage on this because you've got time.
Okay.
Beautiful. Perfect. Yeah. So the imp's digging through the various items. I think the first thing you find is that there is 1,000 gold and 100 platinum in each of their bags.
Wow.
The wizard has a collection of spell scrolls, and the archer has a collection of magical arrows that are back here, things that he's probably holding back of various sorts. And the fighter has a bunch of healing potions. He seems to be holding on to like a whole slew of them for the rest of the group or whatever.
Okay.
He maybe has like 15 or 20 of them of various sizes. And then the cleric of the group seems to have like a vial of something that you would recognize instantly as Earth's blood.
Interesting. Okay, and the cleric doesn't have any healing potions or anything in their bag?
No, just the fighter.
Okay, so I think what Kumi is going to do is Kumi is going to, and this might take a couple of trips because they're pretty small. Kumi is going to take the gold out of the fighter's bag and put it into Darrow's.
Yeah, absolutely. I like it.
And so and then what are is anybody else of the party down there with me? Is any
Nova, Caliban, and Thea are all down there. Timothy's up watching. There are a couple other groups. There's one more group still in the ring right now besides your group.
So Nova and Caliban, it would be like I think it would be a great idea for maybe you guys to compare swords with Darrow. Nova, I feel like he would probably be interested in seeing yours, right? And it would be cool to maybe get a closer look at his unsheathed as well. And while you guys are doing that, maybe Thea, maybe you want to ask the fighter if he'd sell you a healing potion once they come back. What do you think?
Yeah, I think I'll ask about that.
Yeah, why don't we do that?
I feel like I remember. I don't know if it was you, Celexa, or if it was Caliban, but someone mentioned that they have dispel magic.
Yep.
Would that be possible to maybe demagicify that magic sword?
The problem with that, from what I gather, would I know the problem with that?
Sure.
Would Caliban know the problem with that? Okay.
Yeah.
The problem with that is that it seems to be an enchantment that it's like sort of inherent in the sword. It was made like to have this enchantment, and it's probably a really, really, really strong enchantment. So it would probably be very, very, very difficult for me to, even if I cast a spell, for it to work. And then I'd be out of one of my 2 left 3rd level spells. So I don't want to risk it.
As a backup to that, do you think you could maybe he might lose his sword at some point, Thea?
I mean, does he leave it anywhere? Have you seen him?
Not
Or
really.
have you seen him leave it anywhere?
Not really. He took it off briefly when he got out to like stretch a little bit, but basically he's in armor with his weapon.
I could offer to continue to buff his armor, and sort of imply that he should take the sword off while I get, a little lower.
It'd be a good distraction, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's very brave.
Nothing. I turn to the rest of the party. You're all thinking really, really shameful things, and I won't stand for it. I just mean to buff his armor. Buff his armor. Okay?
Wink.
Great. Terrible. I'm a
Take
cleric.
it for the team.
Yeah,
No.
I don't have a way to get the sword away from him. I'm just trying to find ways to see if we can stir the pot a little bit. So if you guys can take a look at it, I have an idea in that regard. And yeah, and I think to answer your question, John, no, I don't think Celexa does mention the Earth's Blood, but just to kind of, I don't know, put the little cherry on top, she probably, I think Kumi is going to move that to Darrow's bag as well.
Okay. So Timothy, you're up watching the fight while this plotting and planning is going down. And I want to clarify something because I think that it's important to clarify. Obviously, the sword is doing the fighting, but this sword is really good at fighting, right? This is not just like he has a chance of winning this thing because of this sword. Yeah, he's lurching around awkwardly, and yeah, he's taking hits that like anyone who is trained at all would like dodge out of the way at all, right? But he doesn't even try to dodge. He just like absorbs it with the armor. He's like, oh, ow, that hurt. But then his sword, like very cleanly and smoothly, chops off quite easily 2 of the Froghemoth's 4 tentacles, right? Just removing them out of play, and like making the Froghemoth like slow down. The wizard casts its hold person and freezes the thing in place, making it even easier for the sword to remove the last 2. And then there's just this like frog body hobbling around. This giant, twisted and mottled creature bouncing around, and they're declared the victory. It's very horrifying, but also very impressive. This is not like this sword is good.
Okay, that's disturbing. Can I go walk over to that Celestran an ambassador and strike up a conversation?
Yep.
Well, that's disturbing, isn't it?
I always find these shows of violence disturbing. She looks at you.
That's fair. I am here to support friends. I did not sign up by choice either. So we seem to both find ourselves here unwittingly.
Yes. Young people can often get you into trouble, can't they?
Tell me about it.
You speak from having kids?
Not that I know of. But I taught plenty a while back. I was a, graduate assistant.
Ah, which school?
University of Celestra, whatever it was. You know the one.
Oh, truly wonderful. Some of my tribe mates went there.
Yeah. Not to be, pardon me for being bold, but I remember you from yesterday.
Yes, you interrupted the meeting and made a plea for peace. Surely you knew that would fall on the deaf ears.
Yes, I wasn't expecting to turn the tide immediately, but I was hoping to start the conversation. What's your position, if I may ask?
Oh, I've been for peace all along. And one would think I would have a say.
I'm sorry. You probably know me. I introduced myself. I am Timothy. But what is your name?
Pardon me. My name is Mela Stepwise, and I am the councilwoman that was almost assassinated by the Kavanian assassin.
Oh. And yet
again,
you again
one would think I would have a say.
You would think so, and yet you maintain your position of peace.
I'm in a delicate political position. She looks at you questioningly, quizzically.
I won't say anything.
I advocate for what I believe is right for my people, which I think is peace, but I can only do so much at a time.
I see. And if you were... How many steps below in charge are you currently?
In what perspective?
What's the... forgive me, I've forgotten the chain of command for Celestra. How far away are you from the Primarch position?
Well, the Primarch is in charge. There's a Vice Primarch, and then there's the Council. I am on the Council. Whether we need a Primarch or not seems like a more complicated question. It hasn't seemed to have worked out super well for us so far, if I might say so. Mm-hmm. But it is what Illumina Starborn believed in. And Perilla Ironwalker as well. So why? You're not thinking about any funny business, are you? Because I would have to disavow any funny business.
No, I don't personally ascribe to funny business, but it's good to hear that there's someone else in Celestra who wants peace.
There are more of us than you might think, though. And she sort of looks around and mouths the words to you. Spy network would have us dwindle to nothing.
Perhaps we could get a drink later and have a extended private conversation.
How young do you think I am? I don't drink.
Apologies. Perhaps tea?
She looks at you quizzically. Do you know any fox folk?
Not personally.
Just the way you said that reminded me of a protege of mine. Someone I love deeply and is working very, very hard. Yes, of course. I have to admit that these negotiations are not going well, and my intent is to return to Celestra since there's no pull here, and the Primarch is planning on returning as well, probably on the morrow. But tea this evening would be nice. Stop by my suite, and she tells you where on the island her suite is.
Thank you so much. Well, it looks like I have to get going. My looks like this round is closing, but I appreciate your time, and I will take you up on that.
Good luck in your bout. I have some money on you. She winks.
Thank you.
Let's see. Would you do something? Roll a persuasion check to me for me, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Okay. No. I was gonna see if she was gonna cast some sort of helpful spell on you or something, but the answer is no. Would have been nice. Excellent. Okay. Back downstairs. How's things going downstairs? What's the plan? The fight's over. Darrow and his crew return.
Celexa, you meant did you mention, by the way, that you rummaged around in their stuff?
Muted.
Thank you. I don't think so. I think, but I think she kind of definitely pointedly asked Thea to try and buy a health potion off of the fighter. While you guys are looking at Darrow's sword.
Okay.
I wonder if he's dumb enough to arm wrestle me for this sword.
Can't hurt to ask.
Oh God. Now I have to make that decision.
I mean, okay. The worst thing that happens is he says no. Or you lose whatever you would lose. But you wouldn't lose.
I don't think I would lose, but
no.
Does he look strong?
You know, it's a little hard to tell under his armor that literally has like painted on muscles to make him look buffer. You know? And like the armor's designed to look like it's bulging with his muscles. His face doesn't look strong. I'll allow an insight check.
Yeah, I think I might try that when he gets out of his fight.
I'd give it a shot. Yeah.
Do it.
Why don't you roll an insight check for me?
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I mean, he has the look of someone who spends a lot of time and care on their appearance, and probably work out for the sake of looking super attractive, which is different than working out to be strong, as you well know. He's probably not a pushover in terms of his strength stat, but you wouldn't look at him and think that he's like a 20 in strength or something like that.
I like these odds.
You also might find yourself getting a little extra help.
That wouldn't hurt either.
Mm-hmm.
When are they done with their fight?
Yeah, so they finished their fight and they're coming back now, and he looks annoyed. It's like, oh, everything is so sticky. What is with this? Can't they give us like sensible, clean creatures, not these dirty, monstrous things? And drop some ooze from this fight off on the ground. And
need some help cleaning up.
So Lexa just says, "Yeah, I know, right? I feel the same way.
It's the worst.
It's gross."
And yes, cleric boy, if you're up for it, I would not object. I clearly need a new buffing.
Up for it, sure. And I'll start doing the work.
Yeah, polish rag in hand, start polishing off.
Polish. There's quite a bit of gunk sort of around your waist and legs. Would you mind? There's so much sort of accoutrement around here. Would you mind taking some of this just off and taking it on the side so I can get in some of the nooks and crannies?
Oh, of course. And he grabs his sword and like lifts the scabbard up and unhooks it, and then undoes his belt and drops it to the ground, holding the scabbard in front of him.
Wonderful. So he holds the sword or holds the scabbard?
In his left hand, yeah. He's holding the scabbard with the sword in it.
Hey, that's a nice sword you got there.
Yes, it was my grandfather's.
I'm like bending down as slowly as I possibly can, hoping someone else will do something before I start this.
Yeah.
You look like you're a pretty strong guy.
Quite strong. The strongest. Some even say the strongest in the land.
Well, how would you feel about good old-fashioned arm wrestle? Maybe.
Ooh, I love to arm wrestle.
And to make it interesting, how about we play for our swords?
Your sword for my sword?
I have a really nice sword.
Show it to me.
I pull it out of its scabbard and it maybe like sparkles with electricity.
Mm-hmm.
I'll back away slowly.
That is a very nice sword. But I will have you know that I was taught once, long ago, one of the most important lessons of my life. A warrior is only as good as their weapon. Shouldn't gamble yours away so easily. And if you don't, then that means it doesn't have enough meaning to you. You're not valuing your own weapon enough. And therefore you're not valuing yourself enough. For what will you do if you enter danger? And there is no weapon between you and said danger. You will die because you have gambled away your sword.
So I take it you're scared to arm wrestle me.
No.
Because you're afraid of losing your sword.
No, I'm afraid of you losing your sword.
Well, I mean that's not what I'm hearing. That's what you're saying, but that's not what I'm hearing.
You see the fighter in the background roll his eyes and then mime taking an arrow and shooting himself in the face.
As I'm backing up, I run by Celexa. I'm like, Celexa, do you have any way that you can figure out what that sword is? I can identify.
Not a fucking clue. No. That's not really my area of expertise.
It's a bard's spell. So.
Yeah, just not one that she has.
Yeah,
okay,
it's not one I had.
Okay. I'll run out of the room.
My polishing boy seems to have abandoned me. I will arm wrestle you for love, for money, for pride. But a weapon must be an extension of the self.
I turn around and say, see everyone, he's scared he's gonna lose his sword.
You must think me a child to think me manipulated by such petty taunts.
She actually, I think she really was just really envious of it. She was talking about how she really wanted to see it earlier when you were gone.
Well, then allow me to draw it for you. And he draws it from the scabbard and holds it aloft. See here how it glimmers and shimmers with the silver light of the stars themselves. The master sword of awesome.
I mean, it's all right.
Look at its beauty. And he holds it like right up to your face. Look at how it shines. Think of how well constructed a work of this beauty must be. Artisans have given their lives to see it for but a glimpse that I am giving you now for free. Truly, a weapon that is awesome in the sense that it inspires true awe.
But what does it do?
Nothing but amplify my own prodigious talents.
So Lexa is making eyes at Thea.
Thea walks over to the fighter, kind of doing this, like, hey, do you have any healing, potions of healing? Extra ones that you might want to sell? I could really use one.
Yeah, at first when you say potion, do you have any potions of healing? He's like looking, but then you say sell, and he's like, oh, maybe.
10 gold for one.
Are you kidding me, girl? Like a minor healing potion can go for 50 gold even without the circumstances, and you need it. You got look at your shoulder. 75 gold for a minor one.
Let me see it first.
Opens his bag. There's rows of healing potions, some small, some big. Grabs one of the smaller ones and tosses it to you.
Yeah, I don't have 75 yet. Let me come. I'll come back to you. Then hand it back.
Takes healing potion. Are you doing anything else while you're over there? Are you sleight of handing or anything? Are you stealing the big healing potion while you're looking at the small one?
Yeah. Can I do that?
Yeah. Roll sleight of hand.
Yeah, the big one.
Try to fail. Yeah.
Awesome.
How much care are you? Why don't you roll 1d4 for me? Beautiful. Yeah. So you secretly grab a healing potion, steal it from him.
3 of them?
Nope, just one.
Just okay.
Yeah. That was to determine. I numbered them.
Okay, yeah.
Determine which one you got.
I just say I'll come back to you.
No worries. I'm here if you want to purchase things. I'm not really a shop, but I don't think anyone here will mind, right?
Well, what else do you got? What else is in your bag?
Really, just the healing potions, and I guess my pay.
Oh, how much did you get paid?
A lot. This guy's loaded. I know he's a blowhard, but he's a loaded blowhard.
Like what? Like 200?
No, like 10 times that.
I don't believe you. There's no way anybody would pay anybody that much to do this.
No, it's right here. I'll show you. And he starts going through his bag, and it was right here. Hey, Lily, where's my gold? The archer sort of shrugs. I don't know. It's not in your bag? I thought you put it in your bag. No, it's not my. Did someone take my gold? Where's my gold? Did you take my gold? Are you a thief? And he gets right up in your face and starts he grabs your shirt.
It wasn't me. You can check my bag.
Yeah, roll a persuasion check. Or deception. I will allow either.
Yeah.
You're definitely part of the con, even if you are not the one who actually stole the gold. Mm-hmm. You lying sneak. Where is it? And he starts trying to grab your shoulders and things like that. And he finds, of course, on your person. Where did you hide the healing potion?
I think I just put it in my side pocket.
Yeah, so he just is grabbing down you, and he feels it. What's this? What's this? You are a thief. You stole my healing potion? Did you steal my money too?
Hey, I didn't take any money. You can.
And that could be anyone's healing potion. I'll sort of saddle up as this is happening.
He pulls back a hand to deck you, and Lily says, "Wait, stop!" He looks and says, "Why?" He says, "Any fighting between the contestants will get us disqualified. Think about the bonus." Clenches his fist.
Bonus? How much is your bonus?
Get out of my face.
Hey, I'm just asking questions.
Get out of my face.
I just back away as casually as I can.
You too, cleric.
Oh, I'm already gone. And I'll walk away.
Yeah. He turns around, he shoves his back in his bag, and goes over to the archer and starts looking menacingly over at you guys. I think, unfortunately, convinced that you guys stole his money. which is not the intended goal, but is a goal. We'll find out. We'll find out if we can manipulate that to your favor.
Celexa was waiting for Darrow to resheath his sword.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Eventually, he resheathes his sword and finds his belt and puts the whole thing, starts putting the whole thing back together.
So just as he is resheathing his sword, Celexa is going to prestidigitate a penis on the blade just above the hilt.
So he doesn't. Your intention is for him not to notice this.
For him not to notice it. Yeah. So it should last for an hour.
You are so much more skilled at this than he is capable of seeing it. There is a 0% chance that you miss.
And Celexa, honestly, this is a trick Celexa has been pulling on people for a long time. So
yeah, of course, you are so practiced at this.
Yeah. I don't know. That's all I got for now.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Everyone short rested up. Spent your healing slots.
Does anyone need any extra healing? I only have so much left, but if you are in dire need.
I am in. Well, I guess I'll spend some more hit dice and see.
I've also got some extra healing potions if you so need them.
And don't forget your extra 1d6.
Yeah, we've got a.
Oh, we got a 1d6.
Yeah, 1d6 from bards. And what is this? Is this doing like a calisthenic exercise again, or what is the Song of Rest?
Oh, I think that she is I think she's practicing her egg shaker, and it's actually very relaxing. It's kind of like a white noise. It's like a little like white noise thing, you know.
Oh,
so it's very soothing. It's more soothing than you would expect.
I love it. Just grooving. I composed an entire piece for various types of egg shakers. It was remarkably soothing. I had whole hordes of the audience falling asleep during it. True story.
That reminds me of when we were scraping rocks together.
That was fun.
Yeah, for sure.
That piece ended up beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I love like spatially arranged pieces like that for sure.
Yeah. I don't think I was expecting that piece to be quite as emotionally arresting for me as it was. Sorry, everyone, got off topic. These are all musicians, and some of them I have worked with in concerts, and so sometimes we have background that pops up in chat. Sorry.
Backstory, yeah.
Not story, yeah. Backstory, yeah.
Concerts? What are concerts?
They were a thing that happened
live in-person performances.
What? Say that again, Evan?
Live in-person performances.
I know, right? Oh, yeah, and you were in that one too. You played rocks.
Yeah, Evan and I we're both rock musicians.
Yeah. Gotta love it. Beautiful. Okay.
We did our best.
Yeah, I think, and very well, a very valiant effort it was. Okay, you guys ready for this penultimate situation?
Can I have one more? Anyone have one more healing potion? I could probably use that. Then we'll call it good. No?
How big?
Nova?
Yeah, no, take one. I got it. I can give you a. What do you need a greater or regular? Regular is 2d4 plus 2, and greater is 44 plus 4, I think.
Let's do the greater, unfortunately.
Okay, take my greater healing potion.
Thank you.
Potion of greater healing. That is 44 plus 4, correct?
Yep.
Great.
Thank you.
Yeah. Nice, not bad. The average.
Beautiful. Okay, let's see if we can get through this last one, yeah?
Yeah.
You guys want to position yourselves?
Sure. Are we the first ones to fight this particular creature?
Yeah, actually, the group before you gets defeated. They are rescued by the clerics of the arena, who paralyze the creature and heal them. But you see them being dragged out on stretchers.
Okay. Do I recognize any of the wounds as being of a particular type?
Perfect. Yeah. Why don't you roll a medicine check for me? 100% will allow this. This is awesome.
That is a low roll.
Okay. Ooh, unfortunately, there's some distance between you, but you do notice. Let's see, what will I say here?
With a passive perception, do I notice anything around the arena?
Oh, yeah, you've got a passive perception. That's insane, right? Yeah, I'll give you all the information. You notice punctures. You notice lightning burn.
Nice.
And you notice like squeeze marks, broken bones from squeezing.
Okay, in that case, okay. As we walk out, then, I'm going to cast. Use my last prepared spell slot in my ring, protection from evil and good, on Nova.
Sorry, protection from evil and good protects against what?
It protects again. It gives one willing creature I touch is protected from aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead.
I'm gonna suggest that you not, because you have the information that this is made by the maestro.
Okay. Then forget that I don't do that. In that case, I'm just going to.
I don't want you to waste things that
Yeah. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. My prepared spell is Sanctuary. It isn't protection from good and evil, so it doesn't really matter. Then I'm gonna go ahead and cast Sanctuary instead on. I'll actually do it on Timothy because he has 2 hit points. Yeah. So you have Timothy. You have Sanctuary.
Creatures need to roll a saving throw in order to even attack you, and they can even if they can't attack you, they can attack someone near you, but it has to be within range. So that can be useful. You're slightly apart. So Alexa,
doesn't that spell end when he attacks?
Yes.
Oh, it ends when
Timothy attacks. It ends.
Oh.
So again, it might be something to save for when there's a pinch.
You're right. Thank you. I will save that spell.
Sure.
Yeah, very useful to save someone from a last minute danger. Little bit of a struggle if you're hurting, if you're holding
Hard
down.
To prepare in that way. Cool. Never mind. Forget I don't do anything.
Okay.
And I will move while we are all spread out again. Okay. I'm gonna
move wherever you see fit. The creature will enter from stage right.
Great.
Okay. And the promoter walks out and says, "The maestro has outdone himself. A true beast has been mimicked, a creature local to Abarak. But here we have a mechanical recreation for your pleasure. A mechanical behir. And a lightning mechanical snake, as many of you guessed, a many-legged fiend. Why isn't it loading? Are there not 3 of them?
Yes.
There are 3.
There's only 1.
Okay, well that's a relief. That's a relief, actually.
Yeah, my screen is not loading. My apologies.
Okay. Is it small? Is it medium sized?
No, it is huge. It should be 3 by 3. I will fix it in a second as soon as my screen reloads. Roll20 reloads. My bad, everyone.
Lightning snake.
Oh no! Please work, internet. Stop not working, internet. How about that? That would be even better. Okay. Hold on. There we go. Let's see if that'll work. Aha! Things are working a little better now. Sorry for anyone who is... Voila. Okay. Bam. There we go.
Oh.
So again, it is all mechanical. You can see the clockwork gears moving through this creature, and it just walks into the arena. And as it walks in, it just raises its snake or dragon-like head up, and a cone of lightning just erupts upward into the sky as like a battle cry before this combat. And with that, I would like everyone, please, to roll initiative. Timothy actually has a 15 fixed. Nona has a 9. He has 11. Is that everyone? That is everyone. Beautiful. Timothy, you get the jump on this mechanical monstrosity.
Okay.
Inside its chest, there are clockwork parts whirring and moving.
So it is not a beast. It is modeled after a beast, right?
Yes, it is a construct that is modeled after beast. Oh, yeah, I'll give you your Beastmaster stuff, or your Beast.
Okay. I was wondering if I could then use, what would it be? I think a perception check to see if I knew where a weakness might be.
Yes, please.
Okay.
With a 15, you beat the DC 14. You can spot a spot inside of it that if you were to find a way to disable this part of the tools and workings of this creature, it would no longer have access to its lightning breath and would take 15 points of damage.
Okay. Is that my action?
Also, that's a bonus action.
Okay. Then I am going to try to shoot at it.
Yeah, trying to hit that spot specifically?
Hit that spot, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Unfortunately, that's going to miss with that attack.
I have advantage if he hasn't moved yet.
Okay, he has not moved yet. So that would be an 18, which would hit. But if you're aiming for that particular spot, I'm going to make the AC higher for that particular spot, if that makes sense. And I'm going to turn that into a miss.
Okay, then I'll take my second shot.
Which you still have advantage on. A 20 will hit that spot.
Okay.
7 piercing damage. And with that, I'm going to add 15 because you have gummed up his workings. And with that...
And I yell, "That's the weak spot!"
Yeah. And with that, you see that the lightning that's like, it's erupting up in the air, it sort of sputters a little bit. And like already it's in bad shape. This is like a very commanding opening move. This thing is not going to be able to AoE you guys at all. Thea, you're up.
All right. So I see that weak spot. I'm going to try to hit it with a bow.
Yeah, 19 hits.
5.
Nice. So that's actually going to be 20. Because again, this weak spot is still susceptible. It can take only a certain amount of damage before this weak spot is completely destroyed. But it's still getting those bonuses now, at least. Good shot. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
No, that's it.
Celexa, you're up.
Okay. Sorry, my roll 20 froze, so I'm just restarting it.
No
but
worries.
I should be good to go. Does this thing weigh more than 500 pounds?
Ooh, good question. Checking. Yes.
Okay. So there goes her big swing. So I think that
that'll work next round.
Yeah, that's fine. She is going to take a dramatic run across the backfield here and fire a couple of running shots against this thing's weak point, and
do you want to hex it first?
Sorry?
Do you want to hex it first?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So.
Oh, is hex psychic damage for you?
It is. So it probably might not. Would I know if it would not work on something like this?
You would know it would not work. Sorry.
Okay. So then she will not cast hex. She will simply cast her cast Eldritch Blast, and she's actually going to cast it from about this position here.
Okay. Perfect.
So I need to reopen that. Character sheet. Eldritch Blast. 1 Eldritch Blast. 2.
Misses if you're aiming for the weak spot. But the first one hits, and that'll be 23 points of damage. And we'll shove it back 10 feet.
Yes, indeed.
And that is
23 points of damage?
8 plus the 15 from the weak spot hit.
I see.
And that is the last that weak spot is going to work. It is just too destroyed over there. There's no way that this person can recover. The Maestro could not repair this to get the lightning breath back, and this thing is now gone. It will not have that capability at all. Caliban, that makes it your turn.
Yeah. I'm going to turn to the rest of the party, mutter a couple words, and as a bonus action, because I'm an order cleric, I can cast Bless.
Nice.
So I cast Bless on. Let's see. People likely to get up close, so sorry, Celexa, unfortunately. Just on Timothy, Nova, and Thea.
Excellent.
And so they are all blessed. You can add a d4 to your attack rolls and your saving throws. And also because that is a first level enchantment spell. Nova, do you have a ranged weapon?
I do.
Okay, you can use your reaction if you so choose, which you'll get back on your next turn, to shoot at it right now. Yeah, so you can make an attack roll.
If you want to make a free attack roll, the Order Cleric has declared it to be legal.
Cool.
Yeah, 18 definitely hits this thing. Not the best of damages, but you sort of probably weren't expecting to use your crossbow this turn. So you just sort of see this opportunity, grab it, take that random shot, and it glancing blow, but a dent is made in this metallic armor nonetheless.
Great. And then let's see here. My action, I'm going to. I can't cast another leveled spell. It's called a Sacred Flame.
Sacred Flame it is. Plus 3.
Am I within range?
60 feet, right? Yeah, you're good. Natural 20.
Oh, yeah, that's it. Okay. Great. Nova. Plus 3 though, so that's good. Oh, I'm gonna move. I'm gonna move away. I'm gonna move off to the side here. Actually, probably just over this way. There we go.
Nova.
I run up and attack it.
Yeah, swing away.
All right. Number 1.
Miss.
Oh, number 2.
Do you get it?
Oh wait, I get a plus 4.
You get a d4.
Oh yeah, you get a d4. Roll add a d4.
The first attack, but the second one is miss.
Okay. D4.
That hits.
All right.
Nice. Does not like that at all.
And I'll go ahead and do my accent surge.
Take a swing again.
All right. Big money.
Add a d4.
Add a d4. All right. Big money.
That's a hit.
All right.
Wow. And another swing.
And one, is that I get one more swing? Yep, all right.
You've got 2 attacks actions. There's no point in adding a d4. I'm not going to make it.
That was for some really low rolls.
Yeah, I gotta get him out of the way, right?
Yeah. Okay, it is going to try to constrict you, first and foremost.
Okay.
It gets a 14.
Against my AC?
Yeah.
Nope.
Then it doesn't have advantage on its bite attack against you.
What a shame.
16.
Nope.
Wow. This thing is not going to do well today. Timothy, you're up.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
I am going to shoot at it.
19 hits. It is injured. If you want to add your Colossal Slayer.
I do, and that is going to be an additional 2.
Nice.
And I will shoot at it a second time.
Take that shot. Nice. That also hits for another 7.
All right.
Thea.
All right, I'm also gonna shoot it.
Nice. 25 definitely hits. Would you like to add your sneak attack?
Yeah. Sneak. Plus 13.
Nice. Anything else on your turn that you want to do?
Can I move?
Yep.
Just a little closer. Okay, that's it.
Celexa, this thing's not looking good already.
Yeah, Celexa is feeling emboldened, so she will. She is going to kind of dramatically run forward, vault over some of over this broken chair or table, whatever it is, and do a double Eldritch Blast against this.
Why don't you roll a performance check just to see how much the crowd loves this? I mean, they like this no matter what, but let's see how much they like it.
Oh, okay, all right, great.
It's already on your side. I just want to factor it into your win bonus.
Use Alexa character sheet. And here we go. Performance check.
Beautiful. Yeah, they love it. And then
awesome. And then a couple of shots.
23 hits, 11 unfortunately doesn't, but I will take the 10 damage. And you slam it into the wall.
Awesome.
If you want to roll an additional 1d6.
Love to.
Additional 1 bludgeoning damage.
Big money.
Caliban.
Okay. Okay. Well, it's already looking rough, you said.
Yeah.
In that case, I'm going to first of all just Sacred Flame it.
Dex save. 9.
Oh, nice. Okay, Sacred Flame.
4 damage.
4 damage. And then Caliban is going to, I'm going to run up 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and remain there for the moment. That's my turn.
Okay. Nova.
I attack it.
Swing away. 23 hits. 15.
I attack it again.
Swing away. 20 hits. How do you want to do this?
Oh, dang! I feel like I'm just gonna keep going with what I can do, and I'm gonna chop its head off again.
Yeah. Unbelievable, folks. I don't think it did anything to them. This group is so fast. They took it down in seconds. This is incredible. I think they might go all the way. This is the best. And with that, you have a major victory. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, a victory in which no one took any damage.
Wait, so how did we... Did Timothy identify the weak spot? Is that what happened? How did you identify it? Just like
my level head and my cool grasp of the body.
The creature is
Beasties.
designed with a weak spot. This one in particular is. Not all creatures are, but this creature is specifically designed with a weak spot, and there's rules for how to discover the weak spot. They didn't necessarily apply in this case, but I felt that Timothy's fictional positioning was strong enough that on a high enough roll, which he got, he would be able to deduce the thing that was the thing that would make the thing work.
I have a feeling like that breath weapon would have messed us up.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not gonna say that's the answer to that question, but
well, I mean, that was definitely the way the Yeti got us, right? Was that?
Yeah, that AOE breath weapon can be brutal. I will also say, guys, that is by far, like, just mechanically speaking, like, you demolished them, but that is also the most powerful thing that you fought.
Wow.
Interesting.
Here's our, like, 11 challenge rating?
Yeah, well, this is mechanical behavior, but yeah, I think it's a CR11 creature.
Wow.
Or clockwork behavior, I think is what it actually officially is. Let's double check. I just closed it. There it is.
I'd like
yeah, so that lightning breath there would be 12d10 lightning damage.
Whoa.
Oh, that's way more than the normal beer, right?
No.
Oh, is that the
Or
same?
maybe,
Jeez, that's so much.
but it has less attacks. I don't know. It's different, but it's similar. But it doesn't matter. You got it. And with that, we will call that a beautiful session.
Wonderful.
Let's hand out some experience points all around quickly, relatively.
Oh yeah.
And all that good stuff. Nova, did you work towards do you feel like your guiding light belief came into play?
Yeah, I think I threw myself into danger a couple times.
I strongly agree. We will agree with that wholeheartedly. Did you feel like your other beliefs came into play?
With belief number 1, I think I worked towards defeating the Gauntlet.
I agree. I'm giving you a point.
And with belief number 2, I think I worked towards trying to sabotage Darrow by.
Yep. I'm giving you a point for that one as well.
All
Timothy.
Right.
I definitely jeopardized myself by getting swallowed. But I met with the high-ranking official.
Mm-hmm. Would you call that working towards or accomplishing?
Working towards.
Are you sure? Because there's a part of me that says that, like, the way your belief is worded, it's you wanted to get a meeting with someone.
That's true. Okay. Sure. Accomplished.
Okay.
And then I would say that the second belief I worked towards because I applied a creative solution, but it did not make the combat end faster.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with that in terms of the Farki myth, but I would also say that it was a creative solution with the clockwork here.
Oh, that's true. Okay.
I could see that being a success as well.
I'll take it.
Okay. And Thea, what about you? Guiding light belief. Did that come into play?
I think, yeah. Anytime we all fight together, I feel closer to the team. So.
That'll be interesting when you and Timothy have a discussion about that, because I don't think Timothy feels closer when you all fight together. And what about your first belief?
Sabotaging Darrow worked towards it.
Sounds good. And your second belief?
Getting between someone and a big blow, I don't think, no.
I agree. Yeah. There were some opportunities, but it didn't quite work out. Okay, and Caliban.
Guiding light, I don't know. This was a lot of schmoozing to people who didn't really want to schmooze to. But gain and retain, work toward gaining and retaining a position of political or religious power so they can popularize, read, impose his moral and religious beliefs. I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I think he spent most of the time
trying to screw up Darrow.
Yeah.
If you went to the crowd and looked for someone to in the city who could.
Yeah, I didn't feel like it.
Yeah, that's fair.
But no point.
Yeah. Okay.
In that point. In belief number 1, watch Darrow and his mercenaries fight and glean a way to stall or halt their progress in the tourney. I feel like I worked toward that, but didn't really succeed.
Yeah, I agree.
and belief number. Whoa, wrong thing. Gain some clout by going farther in the journey, and I think we definitely
work towards it. I will agree. And last but not least, Alexa, guiding light belief.
Guiding light, I would say yes. Kind of work towards her sense of accomplishment and self-sufficiency, and just the decisive victories that they had, and her role in that. I think kind of guarantee that. The belief number one, I would say with Darrow working, like finding out about him and working to sort of sabotage him, work towards that.
Okay. Works for
and
me.
Then belief number two, with was it putting on a show again, and I would say again worked towards that.
Yeah, I strongly agree.
I would say, yeah, okay, cool.
10, 20, 30, 38. Okay. Yeah, awesome. Guys, you are very close to a level up. We'll have to see how the system works moving forward. But so far, I'm relatively happy with this. We may adjust the numbers a little bit, but for now, at least, this seems like it's working. Everyone feel okay with it so far, this belief system? Excellent. Then more power to it all. And fun game, guys, and nice taking on some challenging things. And with that, thank you all so much for watching. We appreciate you very much. We always like it when you come check us out, and hope that you are enjoying the stream. As always, if you're enjoying the stream, follow us. Check out our YouTube channel. Check out some of our other shows. We've got shows every Sunday, Monday, Thursday, and Friday. And probably we'll add some more at some point. Wouldn't surprise me. Seems like the sort of thing that we might do. We sort of seem to be in that mode and are discussing and planning and plotting. As always, the best advice that I can give you is to, well, look out for each other and to help each other as best you can. But even more important than that, don't forget to call your cat and feed your mom. Bye, everyone.